That's all right. All right. Back in Long Beach. So the reports I've got back on the... Let's see, do I have static elements on? Let's get rid of those. And that's good. Oh, I guess I gotta close the main door too, but let's look around a little bit. There's those nice floating thingies over there. Very consistent. Aliens. So we're departing 3-0. Oh, the visibility has certainly straightened up some. There's downtown. Zoom way in and see if we see the Holiday Inn sign. So yeah, the news on the TBM isn't good right now. They're telling me that my sim is swapping too many textures, possibly. You know, so how do you know that, right? Just turn down the settings until they're better. And all this is for copyright protection. Frustrating. Because, I mean, look at all that scenery. I have to turn it down for copyright protection. So I'm frustrated. Yes, I am. It's unbelievable. I'm sitting here with 32 frames with all of that stuff out there. Miles and miles and miles of houses and buildings. Yeah, what do you do? What do you do? You fly something else for a while. That's what you do. You know, I was going to do something. Let me try to do one thing. I thought I could find this. Maybe not. Here we go. Pulse per command. Oh, that's not it. Lower knob speed. Lower is faster. Okay, let's do that. And all right, I got to start up the airplane right now. Not a big deal. This only takes a second. Okay, so battery on. All right. Nav strobe. Or yeah. And throttle's cut off, right? Everything else is off. Fuel boost up. And I'll work on this ignition thing afterwards, but I wanted to do something else. Right, starter. Now if you listen, you'll hear N1 going up while N2 is going down. It's going up. That's amazing sound. Alright, we're good. That gen inverter avionics. Yeah. First. Does that really make that noise? Ugh, that's terrible. Let's switch to LGB ground and some ATC on. And what is tower 120.5? So that was an improvement anyway. So small improvement. So where are we? Generator, inverter, boost pump off. Avionics off. Or inverter off. Slave. Anti-skid on. AC on. You know, I gotta pay more attention to the pressurization of this airplane. The TBM can really make you lazy. All right. Hi, Skyhawk. How are you? Flight plan. So really, I don't have much of a flight plan to enter. Let's go here. Proc. Departure. Departure. And we're the Topham 4 and runway 30, and we're going to Castro. Yep. And load that, and then back and proc arrival. No, wrong answer. I did have one thing I had to enter. KFAT. Alright, and now go to proc. Arrival, KFAT. Alta 9 TTE. Load arrival. Very good. So really not that far, you know. It's probably an hour 15. This airplane's going to be challenged to get up to flight level 320 though. I mean, when it gets to the top, it's only climbing at 500 feet. I am all good. HBU. Don't know what HBU means. HBU. So many three-letter acronyms these days, huh? Let's see, we're departing runway 30. Multi-frequency knob. What is the multi-frequency knob? Do. Oh, how about you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm just about ready to taxi out. We're going from make sure my door's closed. Going from Long Beach to Fresno. So Orbx Fresno. Tonight. Where was I? I sidetracked myself. HBUs, how about you? Alright, so flight plan in, flight instruments set. We got 300. We will climb to, ooh, look at the star, or the SID. Skyhawk, have you chimed in before? I'm not sure I've seen you on before. Let's see, so... flight now. And departure charts. SID and like a flight summary. Blasted RNAV departure. Okay. So it says 12,000, and I believe it because they're going to be going over KLAX's airspace, so I'll dial in 12,000. And the departure is heading 301. So we'll probably start out on nav, which is unusual. Yeah, I was wondering, Skyhawk. I don't remember. It says Skyhawk Sim Pilot. Does that mean you fly Cessna 172s in the sim, or you're a Skyhawk pilot that also sims? Let's see. So flight plans entered. Flight instruments are set, and set. Flaps 10. Passenger signs on. Spoilers cycle. Good. Alright, good. Flight controls are checked. Landing light on, since there's no taxi light. Park and brake off. We've got to get a taxi route though. Let's see, so we are that's the terminal. Okay, so I taxi on taxiway F down to Delta 1. Oh, you like the name Skyhawk, okay. Where do you fly? Brakes work. And our heading right now is 080, so this should work out okay. Weirdly, I haven't flown a Cessna 172 very much. I've flown 152s and 182s. I did, before I was even a student, I flew a Cessna 172 once. Tube liners, oh okay, yeah, the big guys. Yeah, I went through a Zebo phase about a week and a half ago. Came back to these. It happens about once a month. I go do a tube liner for a little bit, then I come back to these. So was the I just enjoy flying these. Now, if I'm reading this map right, I should be just going out here. Yeah, Boeing 737 Skyhawk and A320 Skylane. Wait a second, is that right? Let's see the taxiway. Here, let's cheat. Well, it's not cheating. If I had a tablet, KLGB. No, not construction. Don't do construction. Here we go. Okay, estamos aquí. Okay, so I gotta go left. stay off the road. Okay. Alright, so from here, I don't think I need that anymore. I guess I could have gotten it off of this thing, right? I could have picked up that chart off of there. Alright. Okay, so this is 3614. Am I right? Or 1634. So I'm a little bit short. Wait a second. Yeah, I should be hanging right onto Delta right here. We're very close to it. That doesn't look right. That's not the one. Maybe it's that. I can't say I understand what that whole short line is for there. Unless it's to allow airplanes. Yeah, that's what it is. It's to allow airplanes to queue for. It said 1634 though. There is no 1634 here. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was 268. Maybe I completely misread it. Okay. I do. I need to load up some actual real-world flights and do the same flight in my sim and see how what I'm looking at outside compares to what I see on a YouTube video. Because, I mean, you know, that would help with things like my field of view. Of course, you know, it's a camera, it's not somebody's eye, but still. This is my first departure out of Long Beach. I've landed here, I think, 3 times, and then just sort of left the flight. But this time I'm leaving. I'm taking off. I'm going to go to Fresno, and I think from here, my plan is to go up to Santa Rosa, which is Charles Schultz Airport, and then to probably Arcata, because that's one of my favorite airports to fly into, and if I'm out west, I want to fly there. Hey Lucas, I was looking for you earlier. I was going to see if we could get my whatchamacallit fixed. And the word from the TBM guys is that they think that my sim is swapping textures excessively. So, if it is, I don't know what to say about it. So I'm having a good time flying this airplane again. co-pilot, he could take care of this for me. Switches. Toga. And I can swap. But I need my departure frequency. Good. 125.35. Unfortunate choice for sounds right there. Let's see, do I have traffic turned on? I keep shutting it off and turning it back on again. Shutting it off and turning it back on. Yeah, I do. Let's load up LAX. Yeah, well, not that sim. I need to fix that thing. Whatchamacallit? Swift. I need to fix Swift. So after this flight, if you've got some time, we could monkey around with that. No traffic. So lights, icing, flaps, transponder, switches. We are good to go. And we're going to turn on nav mode. It's not going to do nav mode yet, is it? Because I'm still in toga mode. That's alright, we'll do it right after takeoff. Last night I was remembering let's see, somebody was asking me about different rules. And I was trying to remember the rule for airspeeds. And I mean, there's the rule 250 knots below 10,000 feet. You have to be, that's speed limit. But then there's also a speed limit for 200 knots inside of Class D airspace and below Class Bravo airspace. Yeah, this isn't a long flight. In fact, I'm actually worried that I won't get up to my cruise altitude. But you know how long that takes. So 50% power. Having seen a bunch of these Cessnas, or these Citations, not a bunch, but a number of them take off, they're not real speedy taking off. I mean, they'll sit on the runway for a little bit before they actually roll. I'm going to rotate at 90. Look at this sucker go. Up. Let's click nav. Not one to do nav. Why not? On GPS mode. Yaw damper on. Nav is on, it just doesn't show up here. Plug-in Add. night, Gizmo. Well, you know, yeah. It's not that bad. You just, you know, you can't enter a Class B at all without clearance. In a Class D, as long as you're talking to the controllers, you can enter it. I'm not sure about a Class C. I think it may be the same as a Class D, like Delta. So the Class Delta you can enter once you're talking to the controller. Let's do IAS mode. I may be tempted to go up into the yellow zone up there. I'm going to push it as close as I can anyway. And at Fresno, there is a controller online for Fresno, but we're not doing that. We're landing 29 right. Traffic, hard to believe. KLAX. Frame rate's a little low. Seriously. It'll straighten out in a bit. There are so many airports around this one. There's one here. There's one right over here, right close to the airport, a little tiny one. And there's a couple more on each side. I don't know why they did that. So how do you ask for clearance? Well, you know how to ask for to enter the Class B? Yeah, I have to see that, right? Let's enjoy that view. Let's see, so let's go to altitude. And I'm gonna do something here. 12,000, we're gonna go up to 320. Not to say that it would necessarily get it right away. Back over there. There's downtown. Hollywood sign's over here somewhere. Burbank Airport is right over there. So yeah, Orbx, Orbx, I'll have to get down here and fly. Maybe load up something like, well, I'd load up the TBM, but I guess I'll load up the, look at this. There's Burbank right there. That's a nice airport to fly into. And that's one of the ones that Orbx is going to actually be offering when FS 2020 is released. I will not be able to resist that one, nor will I be able to resist the one down here, Santa Barbara. I've been wanting those airports. I don't think I ever got Santa Barbara. 31CV requesting clearance for we'll transition through the Class Bravo airspace, or entry into the Class Bravo, landing at whatever airport. So November 3-1 Zulu Bravo at, you know, your position 16 miles west of some VOR at level at 4,000 feet. Request transition through the Class Bravo airspace, and you might specify a route, you know, a route that you're going to fly. So a lot of times there's VFR routes that they allow airplanes to go through that are canned. There certainly are for Los Angeles. There are 1, 2, 3 that I can think of. There's one that's way down low. There's one that's over top of the airport, and there's one that's a little bit further east. So we're at 17,000 feet. Yeah, if you could, well, I'm trying to think of where a good place you could, you know, you could go to, listen to Los Angeles Center, or not Center, Los Angeles, SoCal Approach on ATC, whatever it is. Yeah, it's not hard. You know. Wow, that looks really, really good. I'm just gonna stare for a little bit because I know I'm supposed to be planning my VNav, but I want to do this. I want to see this. Couple airports over here. There's 3. There's a Navy base over here. I don't remember what it's called. Ventura VOR is over here. I think it's with a C. I can't think of its name. There's 2 of them. And then you fly across these mountains, and Santa Barbara's right over there. And that's a beautiful flight. If you haven't heard me say it before, I'm going to say it again. It's a beautiful flight. You can leave from San Diego or leave from John Wayne or Long Beach. And anywhere you go, you're going to come in over these mountains. I like the ones from John Wayne because you come in over the water. You come to this VOR, then you fly out back over the water, and then come in on the approach to runway 25. And it's just beautiful. I don't think it's hard to fly VFR in the USA. You just have, you know, you have to avoid a restricted airspace. And you have to know the rules for avoiding military operations areas, warning areas, alert areas, and what's the other one? Maybe that's all of them. So, you know, that's where flying IFR has its advantages, because approach control will do that job for you. Whole other experience flying over these mountains. I used to fly over these mountains down low. But flying up high like this, whole other experience. DFW to Phoenix and then to San Diego. This last leg is gonna be nice. So you're flying across the US, is that what you're doing? is like a desert down here. Certainly the more west you go, or east you go, it's more like a desert. And then up here, there's a bunch of farmland. Bakersfield. So we've got a star in. Let's look at our flight plan. No altitude restrictions. Approach. Sango. We'll join the approach near Sango, which is, at Sango we've got to be really 2,800 feet. So let's go back. And is this the 291? Yeah, it is. We're going to do Sango. Doesn't list Sango. Alita. Or Alta. Okay, and we'll load the approach. Okay, but then we're going to, let's see, 2,800 feet. And I'm going to though. How can I do this? Alright, so there's Alta right there. So at Alta, I'll say I've got to be at 2,800 feet, but that corresponds to well, you know what? Really what they did at Alta, well, okay, we'll make this a hard altitude. Oh, 32, flight level 320. VNAV. Time to top of descent. Alta. It says 7 minutes. Like I said, I was worried I wouldn't make it to to my final altitude. Been all over the place. And which airplane are you flying? I've got 6 minutes to look around. I'm going to enjoy it. So it may be that I don't get to fly the TBM 800, 850 or the 900 for a while in this sim, because you know, I mean, I'll have a few more flights. And hi, Marcia, how are you? First flight with the A319, and second, I don't know. Oh, so you got the TOLUS. Look at you. I wish I'd have gotten the TOLUS. I was having that debate with myself. Everybody was talking about the flight factor back then. Everybody, and I was a sucker. I went with the flight factor. I noticed that my climb rate, for whatever reason, is higher with well, actually, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know. It's probably just atmospheric conditions where I'm higher. You're from Jamaica. Do you sim, Marcia? Or do you just game or anything? It's unusual to see female simmers. Occasionally I do see a couple. I always like seeing them. Minutes. Look at that view. Try to uninstall Gizmo and the TBM, then after you install the plane, it will probably download Gizmo to it. Yeah, it will. They gave me a beta version of it, which didn't do any better. But if it's me swapping out textures excessively, as they say, I don't know what to say. I mean, my frame rate's 30, you know, 30, 40, 50 generally. So, you know, so I have to cut back on my experience because of copyright stuff. Even though at this particular moment my frame rate's not doing so hot. Now it's better. Yeah, I could try that. But if I'm swapping out too many textures, it'll do the same thing. It's been a long time since it's given me trouble. 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. It's something they should really think about. It's very possible that Vulkan is swapping out textures a lot. So I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, I'm not going to make my top altitude. I'm going to miss it by about 500 feet. So I'm going to put in, my target altitude is 6440. Stuck. Interesting, this stopped right here. Okay, so let's do a VS down and since I need 1900, I won't need that much because I'm going to power back. I can, for 560 too high, I'll power back a little bit more. Now we're catching up, slowly. Is 292. That's sick of the heading. And go heading mode. CDI. Thank you. And back to nav mode. Ten knot tailwind. All right, so now I can back off on this. 1600. Yeah, look at all that farmland. the Sierra Nevadas over there. People hike all the way up to Washington. Wow, that looks really good. I have to say, I'll be glad to have Microsoft's ortho. I can fly anywhere. I don't ever have to think, gosh, do I have that scenery ready? Except for airports, of course. But if I want to fly over the Sahara Desert, I can do it. You know, if I want to go fly over, you know, Namibia or down to New Zealand, I can do it. If I want to fly over Brazil, I can do it. Wouldn't that be cool? It's one thing that you know, the whole South America, that whole area, I'll be really, really curious to see how well that scenery is covered. Because when I've tried to make ortho, like in Mexico, it was like, this isn't going so good. Clouds all over the place. So where did we left off? We left off at Fort Lauderdale. light. The thing about, you know, finding YouTube videos is they're all mixed up with the real world. The sim stuff is mixed up with real world stuff, and there's just as many sim ones, if not sometimes more, than there are real world ones. So airspeed, good. Lights are on. When's the approach? The approach is in, well, it's actually not far. Let's see, where's my distance to the fix? About 9 minutes. Thereabouts. Not the greatest frame rate right there. Seeing some stutters. Don't know why. Maybe it's those mountains. Maybe it's the mountains. It's a little better now. I don't know that I could do it today. You know, there's a Jamaican simmer who's done some flights down to Jamaica. His name is X-Plane 1972. And there's some really good photo reel that was just created of Jamaica, so it looks like Jamaica. You know, so that's good. And he's also got the Kingston, I think the Kingston airport is what he's got. How are we doing? Yep, getting close. It says bottom of descent in 7 minutes 40 seconds. I don't think I believe that. That's where the approach begins, right there at Alta. You watch him? Yeah, I fly better. No, he's a good pilot. He flies those big jets. Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him. I watched him do a go around one day. He was having some trouble because of the wind or something, and he did a go around, and it was beautiful. You know, that's where the rubber hits the road. You know, can you handle the airplane in all situations? Yeah, Jamaica. How far is Jamaica from Miami or from Fort Lauderdale? Yeah, he's a good guy. There's someone I follow on YouTube that's from Jamaica. Can't remember her name. She's a meditator. He talks a lot. I talk a lot. Alright, so we are set up. I will go CDI and we'll do heading mode. And then we'll click approach. IFAT ILS is identified. This looks like localizer and heading are both overlaid on top of each other. I don't have the localizer yet. In fact, that's not... I may have to do a manual turn here. 1.3 is correct, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Let's do heading. I don't know. We may just have to do this visual. No, don't go there. Let's 2800. There's the glide. Oh, there it's got the localizer. Okay. So yeah, some people just like 1 hour on X-plane. You would take 1 hour on X-plane? You know, they've got the new simulator coming out too, right? Flight Simulator 2020. There we go. So we got the localizer, we got the glide slope. Speed's a little slow. Marsha, what do you do? I'm going to take over because I'm simply
Autopilot.
Yeah, if you would have seen my landing at Sedona, you wouldn't say a better pilot. My my name. Oh, it's Hilario. Okay. I don't know that I'll remember that. But I'll try. Hilario. That sounds Spanish. Yeah. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right either. Hilario sounds Spanish, but you're Jamaican, so that may not be right. Power back a little bit. Hey, Sharp NTA. Italian name. Well, then that's Hilario. Yeah, okay. It's like Mario, except it's Hilario. So you're from Jamaica, you've got an Italian name, and your YouTube name is Marcia. Must have borrowed that computer, my guess. There's the airport way, way out there. Yeah, not Espanol, right? It's Italian. Kind of, yeah. This is a pretty airport. Right on the glide path. Just a little bit left of the localizer, 110 knots. Yeah, the runway's real long, so it doesn't matter. One of the runways is real long.
2500.
Yeah, that's fine. Lucas, tomorrow is fine. The next day's fine. Yeah, take care of what you need to take care of. Getting a little bit kicked around here. But really, you should stick around to see this airport. It's gorgeous. I don't think I set my altimeter. That looks way off. Flaps down. Visual anyway. Come on. I honestly may have to back off on my settings, even though I have really enjoyed flying
500.
With these settings, full sliders.
400.
Holy cow. Speed up.
300.
Low. $200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Speed brakes out. Because I'm not using reversers. Flaps up. Strokes off. Come on. Thanks, Charpentier. I couldn't, I have trouble telling when that. I wish. I need to get some ground roll sounds tuned up in this airplane, because it lands so well. It should make some noise though. So yeah, here, let's take a look at this airport real quick. Look at that terminal. I'm gonna stop. See, I'm already past, it's gonna pass the whole short line. And I'll just park for a second. We can look around. This is Orbx. And it'll be on sale, I guess, in Labor Day, probably. Alright, so I put the parking brake on. And let's go outside. What the heck? Oh, God bless it. Struggling here. There's the terminal. It's pretty. Let's see it at night. Oh, wait a second. Customize. Now I'll see it. That's pretty. They've got, I think, 3 FBOs down here. Nice, huh? Yeah. I'll go on down to the far FBO so we can get a good look. Did I already put my flaps up? Nope. One more. Let's see, icing's fine. Parking brake. This is the small runway here. Yeah, I wanted to see that terminal when I bought this one. Well, I can do a replay. How's that? You could take a look at how my landings were. slow up here a little bit. We'll look out the left. So there's one FBO right here. Ross Aviation. Right there. Yeah, Hilario, you need to look at the FS 2020. It comes out on Saturday, this coming Saturday. Everybody's talking about it. That one costs, I think, $60. Goodbye, Lucas. Have a good night. Oh, you can't afford it? What do you do, Hilario? Are you, is it 9 days? No, I thought it was, this coming Saturday. Am I off? I must be off. I was hoping it came out on Saturday. Maybe that was just a dream. Alright, we will park here. Okay. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. This is signature. Next Tuesday. I was hoping it was Saturday. I guess I was telling myself it was the 16th. 16th. No, that wouldn't. No. The 16th would have been Sunday. They wouldn't release it on a Sunday, would they? Now see, in this set of airplanes here, I'm probably the cheap one. Those look much bigger. And I don't know what they are. Well, I think Charpentier's got the right idea with if you do the Xbox Pass, whatever it is. I don't know what that costs. Park and brake. Taxi lights are off. Let's see. So let me do a couple of things here. Avionics off. Inverter off. And Noisy air conditioner. Alright, so I said I'd do a replay. Flights. Toggle replay mode. Oh, remembered that I set that time? Alright, so we're there. Hope I do a better job of figuring out about how far down I landed than I did last time. That's where the Vassies are. Well, for this runway. There they are for that runway. Is it like Reno? Why Reno? Fresno? Fresno? How are you tonight, Gene? I don't think I could have asked for a better landing than that. Let's zoom in a bit. Doing good. You been simming? You been doing any flying? Lucas has been flying. He's flying across the U.S. He's going to be in your neck of the woods maybe tomorrow. Let's look at it a couple more times. And let's do this view. Actually, this one.
500.
To Sedona.
400.
Yeah. My airspeed got low. Sedona. I'm trying to remember where Sedona is. Sedona. It's escaping me. Why is it escaping me?
200.
Sedona.
100.
Yeah. My airspeed. This airplane lulls me to sleep. I still got to get a little bit more used to it. I'm getting better at it. But it lulls me to sleep. I think everything's fine. I put that last notch of flaps on and then I don't power up. Oh, yeah. That's the one I flew into the yesterday. And it was a stutter fest. Yeah, found out that was the plug-in and they don't have a fix for it right now. And they're telling me that my sim is swapping textures excessively. And my answer to that is, well, maybe that's Vulkan that's doing that. And they'll have to figure out a better way to do their copyright management or a different way. Otherwise, they're going to have more people reporting it. So tonight it's the Citation again. And I've thoroughly enjoyed this flight, though I still have a little bit more to get used to this airplane. A couple more flights and I think I'll have it. And who knows, you know, I mean, I'll be flying it in FS 2020, and then maybe I'll fly it in both. It'll be real interesting to see what the difference is between the two, right? How it handles differently in both. Car and auto flight models are actually quite good, so let's see, let's do a control tower look. All right. Yeah. Well, Charpentier was saying that up in Oslo and Tromsø, it's not so good. But, you know, it'll, they say they're going to be um, continually improving it. So it's going to be an ongoing effort. So you might load it one day and then the next day or a week later, it's much better. Yes, it is Orbx. Yeah, this is there's the terminal. We were just looking at it a little bit ago. And what's down there? F-15s it looks like. Yep. It's well done. How do you move around? You mean once you come up, like you press C to get into this mode, and then you just use the arrow keys and the period and the comma. There's some other keys too. I think they're on the left side of the keyboard, but I never use those. You got to ride in an F-15, really? I had a friend that rode an F-16. F-15's my dream airplane. Always was. Always loved that airplane. I might have saved an F-15 pilot's life one time. He left with he had a fuel leak and he lit his afterburner, and that was not a pretty sight. We got him to come back and land. Did you? F-15s are amazing. Well, I think that's it for tonight, guys. It's been good. I'll see you... Oh, there's the side of the mountains at night. I'll see you maybe tomorrow.